Hello, my name is Hadas. I'm one of the owners of CarenetLA. I'm also a gerontology certified registered nurse and a certified senior advisor. This is a family-owned company. My dad and I started this business together. People always want to know how we got into caregiving, how we started CarenetLA, and what our roles are in this company. Before I was a registered nurse, I was a caregiver myself. I worked with a client for a year and a half who was a stroke victim. She fell and hit her head and became blind in her 80s. And when that happens, people can't always get acclimated to their surroundings, and so she needed somebody to do everything for her, everything that our caregivers provide to our clients, from getting her up in the morning and bathing her and dressing her, taking her to the bathroom, feeding her and taking her to doctor's appointments, making sure that she was safe and happy in whatever she does. And I worked with her for about a year and a half. I enjoyed it so much. My horizons expanded. I just knew from that point on that I wanted to care for people. What really touched me when I was caregiving was how attached I became to my client, and I loved working with her. It became important to me that our clients get absolutely the best care that they could possibly get and not be stuck in some facility where they will be just a room and a bed number. But the company that I worked with was not very client-oriented, and the client had nothing to do with the company. There was no interest whatsoever, and I thought about it as a young caregiver, thinking that this is interesting. That's not how I would run my company. What sets CarenetLA apart from other companies is that our caregivers actually want to be there. They have a choice in the clients that they go and interview with, and the client has a choice in the caregivers that they choose to care for them. It's a win-win situation. My father, he had a company also that was a caregiving company. It was one of the big franchises. When he worked in his company, he found that although he tried to do the best for the caregivers and for the clients, there wasn't very much flexibility in what he could do for clients and caregivers. When I stopped working in a hospital, we decided to go into business together. My father sold his business and we started CarenetLA together. That was at the end of 2004. When we started the company, we definitely had an advantage, because here I was, a gerontology certified registered nurse, and my father was a businessman who had had a caregiving business before. And we started this company with the idea that we both wanted to do what is absolutely best for the clients and for the caregivers. For the clients to get what they would want to get from a family member, and for the caregivers to get all the information they needed and to have a great company to work with, a company that responds quickly, a company that is there for them, a company that the clients and their children could reach at any time, day or night, weekends, evenings, holidays included. When a potential client calls the office, they get to speak with one of us, myself or my father, and we make an appointment for me to come and visit. I ask lots of questions of what you would like to have in a caregiver, how many hours you want, how many days a week. You are in control. It is your home and your choice. After I ask the questions and get to know what the client's needs are, we walk through the house and I look at the home and make sure that it's safe for the client and for their particular needs. Following the evaluation process, which usually takes about an hour to an hour and a half, the client gets an opportunity to speak with a coordinator. The coordinator will already have the information, and she will already know who the client is. And then she can send out some caregivers who match the needs of the client. This way, not only does the client have a choice in the caregivers, who are all qualified when they come in for the interview, the caregivers also get a choice. So when they come to your home, they want to be there. They have a choice whether they want to be with that client or not. People are not just sent to clients' homes without wanting to be there. It's a big plus in our company because produces, it encourages longevity with clients. There isn't a huge turnover of caregivers with clients. It allows a relationship to be established where especially people who have memory impairment get the same caregiver who knows them, who cares for them, and who cares about them. Once the client gets an opportunity to choose a caregiver, the choice never stops. So if a client is not comfortable with the same caregiver in the long run, then we will make sure that we do something about it so that the client is always comfortable in their home. It is your home and you need to be comfortable there. You have a choice in caregivers. Our caregivers also have choices in clients. We want to make this a team that will work for a long time. We continually monitor the quality of care that you receive in your home. We follow up with phone calls, and we also visit your home once services have started to make sure that you are receiving the right care from the right caregiver. We have field supervisors who come in and do spontaneous checks with our caregivers and our clients, knock on the door, say, hey, I was in the neighborhood, I wanted to check and see how you're doing, if there's anything more that you need, if you have any questions that I may answer, and what else we can do for you. We offer personal, customized care to each client. Whatever your needs are, we will make sure that you are taken care of with the right caregiver. Caregivers who work with our company must have a minimum of 1 year experience working in the field with clients, and we need to be able to reach their references. We want to make sure that your family feels comfortable with our family. If you want to speak with a friendly voice in the office, you can always call Kat, Christina, my father, Jeff, and I are always available to speak. Even if we're not in the office, we will call you back. We will make sure that you have the person that you want to speak with. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean that you have lack of control over your life. In your home, you have full control. This is your home. You have control over who the caregiver is. You have control over what you eat, when you get up, when you go to sleep, where you go, how you go, and what you do. You have full control. You are the client, and we make sure that you live as you've always lived, but with a little help where you need it.